She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she loves without fear of the future. Proverbs chapter 31, verses 25. Hello, beautiful family. A very warm welcome back to the Lovystouch food channel. Thank you so much for coming back. Today, we are going to fully indulge with our Ghanaian culture, and we're going to make one of the most traditional recipes you could ever find. This, you don't find it often on the street. It is so sacred. That is what I call it. We're going to be making Apopranza. Originally, this is called Akplijii by our amazing Ghanaian, and they are the main originators of this dish as well. Extra special and highly indigenous, and that is why we're making it on this special day for our beautiful, sweet, loving, caring mothers. This is basically made from palm nut soup and roasted corn flour. It is super delicious, so please do well to stay tuned, especially for the Generation Z. I know most of you have not even seen this food before, so please stay tuned and let's make this together. You are going to love it and learn something new. All right, let's get started. So please, let's go through our ingredients one after the other. I have here about 3 cups of roasted corn flour. Let's go through the ingredients we will be using for our palm nut soup. I have my palm nut base here, and here I have some peppers, tomatoes, a bit of seasoning. I have my herring powder and shrimp powder as well. I have my almighty crabs, which is very important in this dish. So I have some smoked mackerel, some pieces of smoked catfish, and here I have my Kobe salted tilapia, some onions. I'm using some red and white ones, and my beans is already cooked. All right, so with the proteins, you don't do too much when it comes to Aparansa. You just make it simple. All right. I'm not going to cook the base of the soup. I'm going to start off with my crabs, and I'll then add all my other fishes in here. All right, if you have herring amani, please add it. It's so good in here. Okay. Here is, I'm not going to use all my smoked mackerel here with the base. I'm going to divide it into 2. I'll use the headmost part for the base and save the other part for later use. Right, so I'm going to chop my onions into smaller pieces and add my seasoning, a little bit of water, and of course some salt to season. I'll cover it and allow it to steam for the next 10 minutes. I'm going to add some seasonings. In the waiting time, I'll then go ahead and prep for my palm nut base. It's always best to use the fresh palm nut from the market, cook it, pound it, and extract all the beautiful juices out. But unfortunately here, we cannot get access to that. But we are trying to make it with this palm nut base. I love this Praise brand. I always also buy from Inkulenu. That is not bad at all, but I find this Praise brand very good because it has a little bit of the turkey berries in there. It smells amazing. So this is not sponsored at all, so whenever you go to the market and you see this brand, please pick it up. It's made in Ghana. It's absolutely fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add about 2 cups of hot boiling water to the palm nut base, and I'm going to cover it. I will let it sit on the counter for about 10 minutes. This way there are a little bit of stones in this base. It will settle, and it's also remove that canned aroma from it, so just allow it to sit for a while before you go ahead to cook it. Okay, so after 10 minutes, I'll go ahead and check on the steamed fish that I'll be using. It smells good, so good in here. The aroma from the Kobe and momoni, oh gosh, it's amazing. So now I'm going to add the palm nut base directly here. So please do not put everything at once. There is some kind of, stones at the bottom. So while you're putting in there, you're also watching that part. You don't want everything to end up in your soup. That is not cool at all. Okay, so make sure you mix everything well together. Add a little bit of water, and now I'm going to add my vegetables here. I'm using the red onions, peppers, and I also used 1 carrot for extra flavor. if you have fresh tomatoes, you want to go ahead and add it here. Okay, so just allow this to cook on the fire for about 5 to 6 minutes, ensuring that all the vegetables are nicely cooked. Okay, once it's cooked, we'll go ahead and take everything out. Yeah, everything I've been needing. First thing in my life. Follow, 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 you let go. Good news. Follow, 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 you let go. Ah, hey, ah. So this is me and my little girl in the kitchen getting a little bit groovy. Waiting for this food to get ready. This is literally her favorite song. So right now what I'm going to do is taking out all my vegetables. They are nicely cooked, quite soft. So I'm going to give everything a blend and I'm going to put it all back to the soup. All right. I also do have a a proper step-by-step recipe of how I make the most delicious palm nut soup. All right. So please do well to check them out. I'll link them below in the description box and I'm going to link for you here as well. All right. So once everything goes in, stir everything to combine and allow this to cook for the next 20 minutes. And here is my perfect time to add my herring powder and the shrimp powder. This is what I normally use for shito. It is great in here. It gives it that authentic taste and aroma. So if you have it, please do not forget to add some. All right. So allow it to cook for the next 20 minutes. So right now our soup is done and we are ready to get started with our most delicious way of preparing Apopranza. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch positions and I'm going to scoop some of the soup in this bowl where I'll be making the Apopranza. Okay. You want to leave the crab and all the fish behind. Okay, do not add anything in here. And we can see there's lots of oil formation here, so I'm going to scoop that as well for garnishing purposes. All right, you can see that this palm nut base I'm talking about is really good. So if you get in the market, please go grab yours. All right. So once all the scooping process is also done, I'll now go ahead and begin with the real deal. So we have our roasted cornmeal flour. Do not forget, we also have our leftover smoked mackerel. I'm going to go ahead and tear those up into smaller chunks. We're going to add it in there later. Let me tell you, this Apopranza is super special and I am just so in love already. And while doing this, make sure you still have your soup on fire. Just allow it to bubble up a little bit before you go in with your roasted corn flour. All right. It smells so good. If the soup is good, trust me, the final product is going to be super amazing. I'll now go ahead and add my roasted corn flour, and you just want to make sure that it is not very thick right from the beginning. Okay, so you just want to add it bit by bit until it gets to the texture that you prefer. It also gets very harder whilst it sits on room temperature, so you just want to make sure it is soft right from the beginning. Okay, and also to get the perfect texture, you could still go ahead and scoop some of the soup aside just so that you add it later. All right, it just makes everything super soft and nice, just so good and delicious to enjoy. Just look at how I make this. Exactly, you can do that as well. So mix everything together, make sure it is very well incorporated. Okay, and also your heat should be high once everything has been mixed well. All right. beautiful this is. So amazing. So I sense that it's getting a little bit tougher. This is why it's important to have some of the leftover soup on the side. So you get to top it up in the process. So here is the best time for us to add our leftover smoked mackerel. Absolutely incredible. If you have some dried herrings, go ahead and break them up into smaller chunks as well. You could add it here. It's so good. I'll also go ahead and add some of the beans as well. This is just top notch. Continue to drive it for the next 15 minutes or so. You just want to make sure that everything is very well cooked, okay? So for the past 15 minutes, all I was doing was driving back and forth, back and forth. So it's almost done now, but I just wanted to steam it a little bit more for about 3 minutes and everything should be ready. While waiting, I'll go ahead and caramelize my onions. As you already know, this oil is coming right from the soup that we made earlier, so it is absolutely delicious. It smells so good. We're going to caramelize these onions for about 2 to 3 minutes. So great in here. So our caramelized onions is also ongoing. Now it's just finishing time. It is done. It looks absolutely perfect. As you can see, it is now time for us to go ahead and serve. It tastes so good. I had to even go ahead and taste it. It was so tempting. Growing up, a lot of people also made mention that Apopranza is for the gods. Like, honestly, why though? This is an absolute delicious dish that most time people do not want to go through the process. They just find some flimsy excuse and just blame it on the meal. But this is an absolute delicacy. It is so delicious, and it's also very easy on babies as well. You just want to try it on the babies. They're going to absolutely love it. So easy to eat, and it's just so nutritious. So please do well to try it. Anytime that I make it, I tend to love it more and more. So you just want to try things, okay? Don't hear what people are saying. Try it for yourself. All right, so now it's time for us to garnish it. Of course, we do love to garnish it with some crabs. Here we don't have the crabs with its shell on. This is all we can find, but it was so good. You would want to also add your caramelized onions and the beans as well. Also, scoop some of the soup on the side. If you want extra, sauce, you want it to be saucy, just add the soup, and oh my goodness, you're going to just enjoy this so much. This was so delicious. I even wish I had it now. Can only find it in the big aunties and uncles' weddings and parties. Let me tell you, let me tell you the fun fact. It is so indigenous and very sacred as well. So there you have it, family. An extra special meal for all our golden mothers out here. Thank you once again for all you do for us. You taking care of us. You've done everything in your power to make us who you are. God richly bless and protect each one of you. And if you are still searching for the fruit of the womb, may the God of Israel grant you your wish. Please hang in there. God is going to do it in his own time. Thank you so much for watching right to the end. Please do not forget to give me a thumbs up, share to a few friends and family, okay? We all want to learn something new always and every day. All right, please do not forget that. And if this is your first time here, hello, my name is Lovia from Lovystouch. My main goal here is to cheer you up into making your own delicious meal right at the comfort of your home. I also love to share kitchen related motivational videos, so please come on board. Please do well to come on board. Subscribe. family for new recipes every week. Thank you so much for watching once again, and just know that you are so beautiful just the way you are. See you in my next one. Have a blessed day. Bye.